附注：本书内容多半取材于李维特的研究，而这些研究往往与其他人协力完成。下面的注解有些即是引用这些学术报告，还有些则是其他学者的研究，在此对他们的工作表达谢意，同时也感谢他们愿意进一步接受访谈，使我们能把相关理念陈述得更清晰。本书还有部分资料来自作者以往未发表的研究或采访。至于位于附注列出的资料，则是来自通常可自由取用的资料库、新闻报道与引述。缘起丁文段落均摘自 Stephen J. Dubner，The Probability That a Real Estate Agent is Cheating You and Other Riddles of Modern Life，The New York Times Magazine August 3, 2003。序论第23周26页，犯罪率不断下跌。犯罪率下跌的论述参见 Stephen D. Levitt，Understanding Why Crime Fell in the 1990s, 4 Factors That Explain the Decline and 6 That Do Not. Journal of Economic Perspectives 18, No. 1, 2004, pp 163-90. Talsheimnyotdortesigned in Eric Pooley, Kids with Guns, New York Magazine, August 9, 1991. John J. DiIulio, Jr., The Coming of the Super Predators, Weekly Standard, November 27, 1995. Tom Morgenthau, The Lull Before the Storm, Newsweek, December 4, 1995. Richard Zoglin, Now for the Bad News, A Teenage Time Bomb, Time, January 15, 1996, and Ted Jest, Crime Time Bomb, U.S. News and World Report, March 25, 1996. 第24页，福克斯对犯罪的预估可参考以下的政府报告 Trends in Juvenile Violence, a report to the United States Attorney General on current and future rates of juvenile offending. Washington, D.C. Bureau of Justice Statistics, 1996, and Trends in Juvenile Violence, an update, Washington, D.C. Bureau of Justice Statistics, 1997. 第24页，克林顿总统的忧心忡忡的论调，摘自1997年在波士顿宣布打击犯罪新措施的演讲，参见 Allison Mitchell, Clinton Urges Campaign Against Youth Crime, New York Times, February 20, 1997. 第25位的时机，参见 Douglas S. Wood, Who is Jane Roe? Anonymous No More, Norma McCorvey No Longer Supports Abortion Rights, CNN.com, June 18, 2003, and Norma McCorvey with Andy Meisler, I Am Roe, My Life, Roe v. Wade, and Freedom of Choice, New York, HarperCollins, 1994. 第26页，堕胎与 John J. Donahue III and Stephen D. Levitt, The Impact of Legalized Abortion on Crime. Quarterly Journal of Economics 116 No. 2, 2001, pp 379-420. 其他学者对这理论的一部分不认同，像 Ted Joyce, Did Legalized Abortion Lower Crime? Journal of Human Resources 39, No. 1, 2004, 1-28, 以及塔纳修和李维特的回应 Further evidence that legalized abortion lowered crime, a response to Joyce, Journal of Human Resources 39, No. 1, 2004. 2949, 另向 Christopher L. Foote and Christopher F. Goetz, Testing Economic Hypotheses with State-Level Data, a comment on Donahue and Levitt, 2001. Federal Reserve Bank of Boston Working Paper, No. 5 Desfin, 2005, 以及同样的塔纳修和李维特的回应 Measurement Error, Legalized Abortion, The Decline in Crime, a Response to Foote and Goetz, 2005. National Bureau of Economic Research Working Paper, 2006. 第26页，平量房地产中介人寄售房屋与代客户 Chavit and Chad Syverson. Market Distortions When Agents Are Better Informed, a Theoretical and Empirical Exploration of the Value of Information in Real Estate Transactions, National Bureau of Economic Research Working Paper, 2005. 第27页，加州地区实在检查司法税参 Thomas Hubbard, An Empirical Examination of Moral Hazard in the Vehicle Inspection Market, Rand Journal of Economics 29, No. 1, 1998, pp 406-26, and in Thomas Hubbard, How Do Consumers Motivate Experts? Reputational Incentives in an Auto Repair Market, Journal of Law and Economics 45, No. 2, 2002, pp 437-68. 第27页，妇产科医师进行不必要的剖腹生产，参见 Jonathan Gruber and Maria Owings, Physician Financial Incentives and Cesarean Section Delivery, Rand Journal of Economics 27, No. 1, T3. 第293页有关竞选经费的迷思，更详尽的探讨，参见 Stephen D. Levitt, Using Repeat Challengers to Estimate the Effect of Campaign Spending on Election Outcomes in the U.S. House, Journal of Political Economy, August 1994, pp. 777-98. Stephen D. Levitt, Congressional Campaign Finance Reform, Journal of Economic Perspectives 9, 1995, pp. 183-93, and Stephen D. Levitt and James M. Snyder, Jr., The Impact of Federal Spending on House Election Outcomes, Journal of Political Economy 105, No. 1, 1997, pp. 30-53. 第3页每天喝8大水，参见 Robert J. Davis Can Water Aid Weight Loss? Wall Street Journal, March 6, 2004. 引述以医药协会的报告指出，建议每天喝8大杯水并无科学根据，大多数人经由正常的食物及饮料消耗即可获得足够的水分。第3334页，亚当·斯密的著作现在当然仍然值得研读，尤其如果你耐心绝佳。海尔·布洛纳的《俗世哲学家》1953亦是如此，其中对斯密、马克思、韦布伦、凯因斯、熊彼得与其他经济学大师均有令人难忘的描绘。一小学老师与相扑选手有何共通点？第336页、第39页 Isagen Urinezy and Aldo Rusticini, A Fine is a Price, Journal of Legal Studies 29, No. 1, January 2000, pp. 1-17, and Urinezy, The W Effect of Incentives, University of Chicago Working Paper. 第338页谋杀案件的长期趋势，参见 Manuel Eisner, Secular Trends of Violence, Evidence, and Theoretical Interpretations, Crime and Justice. A Review of Research 3, 2003, also presented in Manuel Eisner, Violence and the Rise of Modern Society, Criminology in Cambridge, October 2003, pp. 3-7. 第39页 Jefferson 的谈话，参见 Autobiography of Thomas Jefferson 1829, reprint, New York, G.P. Putnam's Sons, 1914, p. 156. 第39页捐血与酬劳，参见 Richard M. Titmuss, The Gift of Blood, Transaction 8, 1971. Also presented in The Philosophy of Welfare, Selected Writings by R. M. Titmuss, ed. B. Abel Smith and K. Titmuss, London, Allen and Unwin, 1987. 参见 William E. Upton, Altruism, Attribution, and Intrinsic Motivation in the Recruitment of Blood Donors, Ph.D. Dis, Cornell University, 1973. 第4页700万美国小孩一夕之间消失，参见 Jeffrey Liebman, Who are the Ineligible EITC Recipients? National Tax Journal 53, 2000, pp. 1165-86. Liebman's paper was citing John Seleghi, Where Some of Those Dependents Went, 1990 Research Conference Report, How Do We Affect Taxpayer Behavior? Internal Revenue Service, March 1991, pp. 162-63. 第415页芝加哥教师作弊事件，这项研究对关键测验的背景有详细的说明。Brian A. Jacob and Stephen D. Levitt, Rotten Apples, An Investigation of the Prevalence and Predictors of Teacher Cheating, Quarterly Journal of Economics 118, No. 3, 2003, pp. 843-77, and Brian A. Jacob and Stephen D. Levitt, Catching Cheating Teachers, The Results of an Unusual Experiment in Implementing Theory, Brookings-Wharton Papers on Urban Affairs 2003, pp. 185-209. 第42页欧克兰5年级学童的放水老师，取材于作者对欧克兰公立学校一位前助理督学的访谈。第46页北卡罗来纳州老师的作弊情况，参见 G.H. Gay, Standardized Tests, Irregularities in Administering of Tests Affect Test Results, Journal of Instructional Psychology 17, No. 2, 1990, pp. 93-103. 第551页芝加哥学校执行长邓肯的故事大致根据 The Emid Oreo, The Outsider Comes In, District Administration, The Magazine for K-12 Education Leaders, August 2002, and various Chicago Tribune articles by Ray Quintanilla. 第5253页乔治亚大学的篮球测验事件之所以曝光，是于该校针对全国大学运动委员会的调查而公布的。照第5359页相扑的作弊，参见 Mark Duggan and Stephen D. Levitt, Winning Isn't Everything, Corruption in Sumo Wrestling, American Economic Review 92, Number 5, Tita, pp. 15/2004 to 16/5。第539页，有关散步的知识可参考 The Big Book of Sumo, Berkeley Calif, Stonebridge Press 1997, Keisuke Tai, Nakabon, Tokyo, Shogakukan Press 2000, and Onaruto, Tokyo, Line Books 2000。第58页，两位揭发散步必然的离奇死亡，参见 Cheryl Wudun, Sumo Wrestlers, They're Big, Facing a Hard Fall, New York Times, June 28, 1996, and Anthony Spaeth, Sumo Quake, Japan's revered sport, is marred by charges of tax evasion, march fixing, ties to organized crime, and 2 mysterious deaths, reporting by Irene M. Cooney and Hiroki Tashiro, Time, September 30th, 1996。第596页，贝国人费尔曼希望找一位对他的资料的经济学者，结果引起李维特的注意，好几位其他学者并未回应。本书2位作者随后亲自到华盛顿参观费尔曼的业务，他们在这方面的研究整理为以下一篇文章，内容与本章所述大致相同。Stephen J. Dubner and Stephen D. Levitt, What the Bagel Man Saw, The New York Times Magazine, June 6, 2004。李维特也撰写了一篇相关的学术论文 An Economist Sells Bagel, A Case Study in Profit Maximization, National Bureau of Economic Research, Working Paper 2006。第61页，海滩啤酒参见 Richard H. Thaler, Mental Accounting and Consumer Choice, Marketing Science 4, Summer 1985, pp. 100-2L4. Richard H. Thaler, The Winner's Curse, Paradoxes and Anomalies of Economic Life, New York, Free Press, 1992。三 K 党与房地产中介有何相似处？第6574页，泄露3 K 党的秘密。自从《苹果橘子经济学》第1版发行之后，这一节做了重大的修正，因为作者发现甘乃迪在他的回忆录撕下面具的3 K 党，以及在和作者的访谈中做错误的表示，说他自己担任渗透和打击3 K 党的角色。有关这件事的完整说明详第245页。欺世盗名译文 NYT Janabite 2006。有关整个3 K 党历史，像 Winfield Jones, Knights of the Coup, Klux Klan 1865-1965, Garden City Y, Doubleday 1965. Win Craig Wade, The Fiery Cross, The Ku Klux Klan in America, New York, Simon & Schuster 1987, 许多文献。和甘乃迪关系最密切的作品包括 Southern Exposure, Garden City NY, Doubleday 1946, republished in 1911 by Florida Atlantic University Press 1990, 和 The Klan Unmasked, Boca Raton, Florida Atlantic University Press 1990, 原先出版词是 I Rode with the Ku Klux Klan, London Arco Publishers 1954. Ben Green, Before His Time, The Untold Story of Harry T. Moore, America's First Civil Rights Martyr, New York, Simon & Schuster 1999, 也很有用。甘乃迪有关3 K 党、布朗报告和其他相关文件的档案，可以在好几个 FAR, Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, a public library in New York City, the George State University Library in Atlanta, and the Archives of the Anti-Defamation League in New York City. Pearson 的 Washington Merry-Go-Round 广播节目稿可以在 hww.gsdl collect/pearson.html 找到。第7576页，定期寿险费率参见 Jeffrey R. Brown and Austan Goolsbee, Does the Internet Make Markets More Competitive? Evidence from the Life Insurance Industry, Journal of Political Economy 1 or 3, June 2002, pp. 481-507。第76页，诚如美国最高法院法官布兰迪斯所言，阳光是最好的杀菌剂。参问 Louis D. Brandeis, Other People's Money and How Bankers Use It, New York, Frederick A. Stokes, 1914。第76页，全新二手车这一理论以及今日我们对资讯不对称性的认识，来自阿克洛夫于1966至1967年在伯克莱担任助理教授的头一年所写的一篇论文。The Market for Lemons, Quality Uncertainty and the Market Mechanism, Quarterly Journal of Economics, August 1970。这篇论文曾被退稿3次。据阿克洛夫事后回忆， 其中2家期刊告诉他们不刊登以这类芝麻小事为主题的论文。大约30年后，阿克洛夫因这篇论文而获得诺贝尔经济学奖。第7、8页，阿农录音带。目前这些录音带可以在下述网站听到 http://www.cbsnews.com/stories 2004-06-06 Evening News Main 620-626.html。以参见 Richard A. Opel Jr. Enron Traders on Grandma Millie and Making Out Like Bandits, New York Times, June 13, 2004。第9页，血管扩张术有必要吗？参见 Gina Colada, New Heart Studies Question the Value of Opening Arteries, New York Times, March 21, 2004。第1985页，房地产中介问题，参见 Stephen D. Levitt and Chad Syverson, Market Distortions When Agents Are Better Informed, A Theoretical and Empirical Exploration of the Value of Information in Real Estate Transactions, National Bureau of Economic Research Working Paper, 2005。第85页，洛特，半公开的种族隔离主义者。有关洛特发表此项言论的场景，参见 Dan Goodgame and Karen Tumulty, Lot, Tripped Up by History, time.com/cnn.com, December 6, 2002。第86、88页，记者生存，参见 Stephen D. Levitt, Testing Theories of Discrimination, Evidence from the Weakest Link, Journal of Law and Economics 17, October 2004, pp. 431-52。第87页，偏好性歧视理论收见于 Gary S. Becker, The Economics of Discrimination, Chicago, University of Chicago Press, 1957。第19页，资讯性歧视源自一些论文，包括 Edmund Phelps, A Statistical Theory of Racism and Sexism, American Economic Review, 62, No. 4, 1972, pp. 659-61, and Kenneth Arrow, The Theory of Discrimination, Discrimination in Labor Markets, Ed Orley Ashenfelter and Albert Rees, Princeton N.J., Princeton University Press, 1973. Guanavancier, Ganter J. Hitch, and Dan Ariely, What Makes You Click, An Empirical Analysis of Online Dating, University of Chicago Working Paper, 2005。第92页，选民在丁金斯对朱利安尼的选举民调中说谎。Private Truths, Public Lies, The Social Consequences of Preference Falsification, Cambridge, Mass., Harvard University Press, 1995. Also, Kevin Sack, Governor Joins Dinkins Attack Against Rival, New York Times, October 27, 1989, and Sam Roberts, Uncertainty Over Polls Clouds Strategy in Mayor Race, New York Times, October 31, 1989. 第92页，选民在杜克的选举民调中参见 Curran, Private Truths, Public Lies. Also Peter Applebaum, Republican Quits Louisiana Race in Effort to Defeat Ex-Klansman, New York Times, October 5, 1990, and Peter Applebaum, Racial Politics in South's Contests, Hot Wind of Hate or Last Gasp, New York Times, November 5, 1990. 第92页，杜克滥用资讯的高手，相关的资料如 Karen Henderson, David Duke's Work Release Program, National Public Radio, May 14, 2004, John McQuaid, Duke's Decline, New Orleans Times-Picayune, April 13, 2003。为何毒贩还和母亲住一起？第93页，盖博瑞斯的传统观点，参见 The Concept of the Conventional Wisdom, The Thick Second Chapter of the Affluent Society, Boston, Houghton Mifflin, 1958。第94页，史奈德与数百万无家可归的游民，史奈德的社会运动所引发的争议广受报道。尤其是科罗拉多的报纸在1980年代初期以及1990史奈德自杀那年。有关此一课题的概览可参见 Gary S. Becker and Giddy Nashett Becker, How the Homeless Crisis Was Hyped in the Economics of Life, New York, McGraw-Hill, 1997, PPP 175-76。本章资料摘自向1994年发表于 Business Week 的文章。第95页，口臭问题受到重视。李施德林有趣的发展史在以下的著作中 20 Ads That Shook the World, The Century's Most Groundbreaking Advertising and How It Changed Us All, New York, Crown, 2000, pp. 60-60 第95页，小布希刻意表现像个牛仔，参见 Paul Krugman, New Year's Resolutions, New York Times, December 26, 2003。第95页，强暴案并不如一般所想象那样多。2002全国犯罪调查在设计上特别注意受访者的诚实回答， 结果发现妇女一生中成为强暴或非自愿性行为受害者的几率是1%，而不是论者所宣称的1/3。至于男性的风险则是1/40，而不是论者所宣称的1/9。第96页，犯罪并没那么多。参见 Mark Neese Report says Atlanta underreported crimes to help land 1996 Olympics. Associated Press, February 20th, 2004. 第9712页，凡卡德西深入贩毒帮派。凡卡德西目前为哥伦比亚大学社会学与非裔美国人研究的教授。第9712页，凡卡德西的亲身经历大都根据作者的访谈。依参见 Jordan Marsh, The Gang Way, Chicago Reader, August 8, 1937, and Robert L. Kaiser, The Science of Fitting In, Chicago Tribune, December 10, 2000. 第10312页，快客帮派的细节参见以下4篇论文。Sudhir Alati Venkatesh and Stephen D. Levitt, The Financial Activities of an Urban Street Gang. Quarterly Journal of Economics 115, Number 3, August 2000, pp. 55-89. Are We a Family or a Business? History and Disjuncture in the Urban American Street Gang, Theory and Society 29, Autumn 2000, pp. 427-62. Growing Up in the Projects, The Economic Lives of a Cohort of Men Who Came of Age in Chicago Public Housing, American Economic Review 91, Number 2, 2001, pp. 79-84, and The Political Economy of an American Street Gang, American Bar Foundation Working Paper 1998. See also Sudhir Alati Venkatesh, American Project, The Rise and Fall of a Modern Ghetto, Cambridge, Mass., Harvard University Press 2000. 第107页，毒品交易是美国最危险的工作。根据劳工统计局的资料，美国最危险的10个合法行业是伐木工、渔夫、飞机与船舶驾驶、结构金属工、司机业务人员、屋顶修理工、电力装设人员、农场工人、建筑工人、卡车司机。第12页，尼龙丝袜的发明。杜邦的一位年轻化学家卡若瑟斯 （Carrot） 经过7年的研究后，发明一种方法，将液态聚合体由微小喷嘴吹出，产生超强的纤维，这就是尼龙。几年后，杜邦开始在纽约与伦敦推出尼龙丝袜。不过和通俗说法不同的是，这种奇迹性纤维的名称 nylon 并非取自纽约与伦敦这2大城市名字的组合，也不是谣传中调侃当年称霸丝绸市场的日本。日本佬，这回你们输了。这个名字其实只不过是别跑的谐音，暗示这种新袜子其实不耐穿。不过这个缺陷几乎丝毫未使他的成功有所逊色。可惜长期为忧郁症所苦的卡若瑟斯未能目睹自己的心血开花结果，他于1937年服氰化物自杀。参见 Matthew E. Hermes, Enough for One Lifetime, Wallace Carothers, Inventor of Nylon, Philadelphia Chemical Heritage Foundation, 1996. 第113页，快客昵称大达拉斯酒类与药物滥用委员会 The Groundsel Alcohol and Drug Abuse 曾就古柯碱的街头宿命整理出相当有趣的缩影。古柯碱粉的别名有 Bad Rock, Bazooka, Beam, Bernie, Bernice, Big C, Blast, Blizzard, Blow, Blunt, Bouncing Powder, Bump, C, Caballo, Cane, Candy, Caviar, Charlie, Chicken Scratch, Coca, Cocktail, Coconut, Coke, Cola, Dama Blanca, Dust, Flake, Flex, Florida Snow, Foo Foo, Freeze, G-Rock, Girl, Goofball, Happy Dust, Happy Powder, Happy Trails, Heaven, King, Lady, Lady Cane, Late Night, Line, Mama Coca, Marching Dust, Powder, Mojo, Monster, Mujer, Nie, Nose, Nose Candy, P-Dogs, Peruvian, Powder, Press, Primetime, Rush, Shot, Sleigh Ride, Sniff, Snort, Snow, Snowbird, Soda, Speedboarding, Stardust, Sugar, Sweet Stuff, Toke, Trails, White Lady, White Powder, Yayo Zip. Katodaku Kazanio, Base, Ball, Beat Biscuits, Bones, Brick, Boulders, Brump Cakes, Casper, Chalk, Cookies, Crumbs, Cubes, Fat Bags, Freebase, Gravel, Hardball, Hell, Kibbles and Bits, Kryptonite, Love, Moonrocks, Nuggets, Onion, Pebbles, Piedras, Peace, Ready Rock, Roca, Rocks, Rockstar, Scotty, Scrabble, Smokehouse, Stones, Teeth, Tornado. 第113页，快客拓荒者，布兰东与美国中情局的合作传闻，曾在报上以3极大争议。San Jose Mercury News by Gary Webb, beginning on August 18, 1996. Itanjen Tim Golden, Though Evidence is Thin, Tale of CIA and Drugs Has a Life of Its Own, New York Times, October 21, 1996. and Gary Webb, Dark Alliance, the CIA, the Contras, and the Crack Cocaine Explosion, New York, 7 Stories Press, 1998. 美国司法部稍后对此曾进行详细调查，参见 The CIA, Contra, Crack Cocaine Controversy, a review of the Justice Department's investigations and prosecutions. 亦可上网 usdoj.gov/special/ounel.tm。第13页，美国的帮派参见 Frederick Thrasher, The Gang, Chicago, University of Chicago Press, 1997。第14页，快课之前黑白差距的缩小，参见 Rebecca Blank, An Overview of Social and Economic Trends by Race in America Becoming, Racial Trends and Their Consequences, Ed Neal J. Smelser, William Julius Wilson, and Faith Mitchell, Washington, D.C., National Academy Press, 2001, pp. 21-40。第14页，黑人婴儿死亡率，参见 Douglas V. Almond, Kenneth Y. Che, and Michael Greenstone, Civil Rights, the War on Poverty, and Black-White Convergence in Infant Mortality in Mississippi, National Bureau of Economic Research Working Paper, 2003。第16页，有关快种负面影响，参见 Roland G. Fryer, Jr., Paul Heaton, Stephen D. Levitt, and Kevin Murphy, The Impact of Crack Cocaine, University of Chicago Working Paper, 2005。4罪犯都跑到哪里去了？第19都到哪里？有关西奥塞古与罗马尼亚的背景资料取材自各种来源，包括 Eastern Europe, The Third Communism, Time, March 18, 1966. Ceausescu ruled with an iron grip, Washington Post, December 26, 1989. Ralph Blumenthal, The Ceausescus, 24 Years of Fierce Repression, Isolation and Independence, New York Times, December 26, 1989. Serge Schmemann, In Cradle of Romanian Revolt, Anger Quickly Overcame Fear, New York Times, December 30, 1989. Karen Breslau, Over Planned Parenthood, Ceausescu's Cruel Law, Newsweek, January 22, 1990. And Nicholas Holman, The Economic Legacy of Ceausescu, Student Economic Review, 1994, La Ave,第19页，罗马尼亚堕胎经济影响 Christian Papaleches, The Impact of an Abortion Ban on Socioeconomic Outcomes of Children, Evidence from Romania, Columbia University Working Paper, 2002, and Christian Papaleches, The Supply of Birth Control Methods, Education and Fertility, Evidence from Romania, Columbia University Working Paper, 2002。第112页，美国犯大幅下降。如前所述，这一资料取材自 Stephen D. Levitt, Understanding Why Crime Fell in the 1990s, 4 Factors That Explain the Decline, and 6 That Do Not. Journal of Economic Perspectives, 18, No. 1, pp. 163-90。第121页，福克斯刻意的夸大 No Simple Solution for Solving Violent Crimes, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, September 12, 1999。第123页，政治人物对犯罪的态度予取宽容，参见 Gary S. Becker and Guti Nashat Becker, Stiffer Jail Terms Will Make Gunmen More Gun-Shy. How to Tackle Crime. Take a tough, head-on stance, and the economic approach to fighting crime, all in the Economics of Life, New York, McGraw-Hill, 1997, pp. You heard of Thirsty to Source D. Soar. 这文章摘自相同作者发表于 Business Week 的文章。第123与囚禁人数增加，毒品罪入伏性增加15倍，参见 Ilyana Kuzemko and Stephen D. Levitt, An Empirical Analysis of Drug Offenders, Journal of Public Economics 88, P. Tuletur Shen, 2T2T Source D3 16发。第124页，如果把所有囚犯释放会如何？参见 William Nagel, On Behalf of a Moratorium on Prison Construction, Crime and Delinquency, Crime and Delinquency 23, 1972-74页。DIODO 的业余之词儿 Arresting Ideas, Tougher Law Enforcement is Driving Down Urban Crime. Policy Review, No. 75, Fall 1995. 第125-126页，死刑，纽约州1995尚未名犯人的详细说明，参见 Capital Punishment in New York State, Statistics from 8 Years of Representation, 1995-2003, New York, The Capital Defender Office, August 2003. 可查阅 nycdo.org/byr.html。近期纽约上诉法院裁决死刑为违宪，使得所有死刑的执行几乎停摆。 第126页，处决一名犯人等于减少7件。参见 Isaac Ehrlich, The Deterrent Effect of Capital Punishment, A Question of Life and Death. American Economic Review 65, 1975, pp. 397-417. And Isaac Ehrlich, Capital Punishment and Deterrence, Some Further Thoughts and Evidence. Journal of Political Economy, 1977, pp. 741-88. 第116页，我不会再去对死刑机器修修补补。摘自布莱克门法官在1994年最高会重审一件德州死刑案的反对意见。Collins v. Collins, 5 UA Weber 41, 1994. Cited in Congressional Quarterly Researcher 5, No. 9, March 10, 1995. 美国法院似乎也对死刑失去胃口，部分原因是由于近年无辜者遭处决或被判死刑者或赦免的情形时有所闻。1990年代，平均每年有290人被判死刑，但自2000年起的4年，这个数字已降为174人。参见 Adam Liptak, Fewer Death Sentences Being Imposed in U.S. New York Times, September 15, 2004. 第127-128页，警察真的可以降低犯罪吗？参见 Stephen D. Levitt, Using Electoral Cycles in Police Hiring to Estimate the Effect of Police on Crime, American Economic Thought, Review 87, No. 3, 1997, pp. 270-90. Stephen D. Levitt, Why do increased arrest rates appear to reduce crime, deterrence, incapacitation, or measurement error? Economic Inquiry 36, No. 3, 1998, pp. 353-72. And Stephen D. Levitt, The Response of Crime Reporting Behavior to Changes in the Size of the Police Force, Implications for Studies of Police Effectiveness Using Reported Crime Data. Journal of Quantitative Criminology, 14, February 1988, pp. 62-81. 第128页，1960年代是犯罪的好时间。参见 Gary S. Becker and Giddy Nashett Becker, The Economics of Life, McGraw-Hill, pp. 100-43. 第128，纽约的治安奇迹。我们的雅典时期的说法来自作者与前警官 William J. Gorta 的访谈，他也是 Comstat 发明人之一。第129页，破窗理论。参见 James Q. Wilson and George L. Kelling, Broken Windows, The Neighborhood Safety, Atlantic Monthly, March 1982. 第131页，布拉顿在洛杉矶上任后增加警力，参见 Terry McCarthy, The Gangbuster, Time, January 19, 2004. 第132-134页，枪械法规。美国枪支数多于成人数，参见 Philip Cook and Jens Ludwig, Guns in America, Results of a Comprehensive Survey of Gun Ownership and Use, Washington Police Foundation, 1996.第132页，枪支与犯罪的关联，参见 Mark Duggan, More Crime, Journal of Political Economy 109, No. 5, 2001, pp. 11086-114. 第132页，瑞士的枪，参见 Stephen P. Hallbrook, Armed to the Teeth and Free, Wall Street Journal Europe, June 4, 1999. 第133页，布莱迪法案毫无作用，见 Jens Ludwig and Philip Cook, Homicide and Suicide Rates Associated with Implementation of the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act, Journal of the American Medical Association 284, No. 5, pp. 585-91. 第133页，歹徒购买黑枪，参见 D. Wright and Peter H. Rossi, Armed and Considered Dangerous, A Survey of Felons and Their Firearms, Hawthorne, NY, Aldine de Gruyter, 1986. 第134页，以免费心理治疗作为找回枪支报酬，参见 Wise Climb Down, Bad Veto, Los Angeles Times, October 5, 1994. 第133页，为何枪支买回没有效果，参见 C. Callahan, F. Rivera, and T. Kopsel, Money for Guns, Evaluation of the Seattle Gun Buyback Program, Public Health Reports 109, No. 4, 1994, pp. 472-77. David Kennedy, Ann Peel, and Anthony Braga, Youth Violence in Boston, Gun Markets, Serious Youth Offenders, and a Use Reduction Strategy, Law and Contemporary Problems 59, 1996, pp. 147-83, and Peter Reuter and Jenny Muzan, Australia, A Massive Buyback of Low-Risk Guns, in Evaluating Gun Policy, Effects on Crime and Violence, ed. Jens Ludwig and Philip Cook, Washington, D.C., Brookings Institution, 2003. D. Sensiye, Lotta John R. Lott Jr. and David Mustard, Right to Carry Concealed Guns and the Importance of Deterrence, Journal of Legals 26, January 1997, pp. 1-68, and John R. Lott Jr., More Guns, Less Crime, Understanding Crime and Gun Control Laws, Chicago, University of Chicago Press, 1998. 第三四页，洛特利用玛丽罗许的化名，参见 Julian Sanchez, The Mystery of Mary Roche, Reason, May 2003, and Richard Morin, Scholar Invents Fan to Answer His Critics, Washington Post, February 1, 2003. 第三四页，对洛特理论的反驳，参见 Ian Ayres and John J. Donahue 3, Shooting Down the More Guns, Less Crime Hypothesis, Stanford Law Review, 55, 2003, pp. 1193-13-12, and Mark Duggan, More Guns, More Crime, Journal of Political Economy 109, No. 5, 2001, pp. 1086-114. 第135-136页，快泡沫的破灭，有关快客历史与相关细节，参见 Roland G. Fryer Jr., Paul Heaton, Stephen Levitt, and Kevin Murphy. The Impact of Crack Cocaine, University of Chicago Working Paper, 2005. 第135页，25 Senate 杀人案件，参见 Paul J. Goldstein, Henry H. Brownstein, Patrick J. Ryan, and Patricia A. Bellucci, Crack and Homicide in New York City, a case study in the epidemiology of violence in Crack in America, Demon Drugs and Social Justice, ed. Craig Reinarman and Harry G. Levine, Berkeley, University of California Press, 1997, pp. 130-30. 第136页，人口老化理论，参见 Stephen D. Levitt, The Limited Role of Changing Age Structure in Explaining Aggregate Crime Rates, Criminology 37, No. 3, 1999, pp. 81-99. 虽然老化理论目前已经广受质疑，但不少专家仍继续鼓吹。参见 Matthew Wald, Most Crimes of Violence and Property Hover at 30-Year Low, New York Times, September 13, 2004. 该文中司法统计局长 Lawrence A. Greenfield 指出，有关这些年来犯罪率为何一直下跌，而且目前处于我们1973年开始测量以来的最低水准，或许并没有单一因素可以解释，可能与人口因素有关，也可能是因为许多恶性重大者给关在牢里。地平线的一端乌云密布，参见 James Q. Wilson, Crime and Public Policy in Crime, ed. Wilson and Joan Petersilia, San Francisco, ICS Press, 1995, p. 507. 第137-145页，堕胎与犯罪的关联，参 John Donahue and Stephen D. Levitt, The Impact of Legalized Abortion on Crime, Quarterly Journal of Economics 116, No. 2, 2001, pp. 379-420, and John J. Donahue III and Stephen D. Levitt, Further Evidence that Legalized Abortion Lowered Crime, A Response to Joyce, Journal of Human Resources 30 down, No. 1, 2004, pp. 29-40. 第137其他地区与北欧的堕胎研究 The Psychological Sequelae of Therapeutic Abortion, Denied and Completed, American Journal of Psychiatry 148, No. 5, Mehi P. 578-85, and Henry David, Zdenek, Dittrich, et al., Born Unwanted, Developmental Effects of Denied Abortion, New York, Springer, 1988. 第138页，洛伊对韦德案的多数意见 Roe v. Wade, 400 U.S. 3rd, 1973. 第138页，典型被堕胎掉的小孩参 John and Gruber, Philip P. Levine, and Douglas Steger, Abortion Legalization and Child Living Circumstances, Who is the Marginal Child? Quarterly Journal of Economics 114, 1999, pp. 263-91. 139页预测未来成为罪犯的最重要因素。参见 Rolf Lober and Magda Stouthamer-Lober, Family Factors as Correlates and Predictors of Juvenile Conduct Problems and Delinquency, Crime and Justice, Vol. 7, ed. Michael Tonry and Norval Morris, Chicago, University of Chicago Press, 1986. Also, Robert Sampson and John Laub, Crime in the Making, Pathways and Turning Points Through Life, Cambridge, Mass., Harvard University Press, 1993. 第139页，母亲20岁以下亦是如此，参见 William S. Cominor and Ladd Phillips, The Impact of Income and Family Structure on Delinquency, University of California Santa Working Paper, 1999. 第139页，母亲的教育水准是子女未来是否犯罪最重要的单一因素 Pirko, Anu, et al., Maternal Smoking During Pregnancy and Risk of Criminal Behavior Among Adult Male Offspring in the Northern Finland 1966 Birth Cohort, American Journal of Psychiatry 6, 1999, pp. 857-62. 第139页沙因事件大幅下降 Tun Susan Sorensen, Douglas Weber, and Richard Burke. Legalized Abortion and the Homicide of Young Children, an Empirical Investigation. Analysis of Social Issues and Public Policy 2. Number 1, 2002, pp. 239-56. 第141页澳洲与加拿大的 in India Sen. Does increased abortion lead to lower crime? Evaluating the relationship between crime, abortion, and fertility. Unpublished manuscript. And Andrew Lee and Justin Wolfers, Abortion and Crime, AQ, Journal of Contemporary Analysis 72, No. 4, 2000, pp. 28-30. 第4页因堕胎而为剩下的女孩 Tim John J. Donahue III, Jeffrey Grogger, and Stephen D. Levitt, The Impact of Legalized Abortion on Teen Childbearing, University of Chicago Working Paper, 2002. 第42页堕胎罪孽更深于奴隶制度 参见 Michael S. Paulson, Accusing Justice, Some Variations on the Themes of Robert M. Covers' Justice Accused, Journal of Law and Religion 7, No. 33, 1989, pp. 33-37. 第42页堕胎堪称唯一有效的非防范措施 BOZA, The Police Mystique, An Insider's Look at Cops, Crime, and the Criminal Justice System, New York, Plenum, 1990. 第42页拯救一只斑点鸮要花900万美元参见 Gardner M., Brown, and Jason F. Sjogren, Economics of the Endangered Species Act, Journal of Economic Perspectives 12, No. 3, 1998, pp. 3-20. 第42页愿意花30亿美元来预防类似埃克森瓦尔的字号 W. Harrison, Assessing Damages for the Exxon Valdez Oil Spill, University of Central Florida Working Paper, 2004. 第143-144页人体器官价格表摘自 The State of Connecticut's Workers' Compensation Information Packet, P27, 可查阅 wcc.state.ct/download/acrobat/info-packet.pdf. 5. 怎样才算理想的父母？第147-148页亲子专家的观点时刻都在改变。赫尔伯特的著作《New York》罗列各种与子女教养有关的建议。第148页艾索的婴儿管理策略与对睡眠方式不当的警告，参见 Gary Ezzo and Robert Bachman on Becoming Baby-Wise, Multnomah, pp. 32-53. 第148页布拉索顿与互动的小孩 T. Barry Brazelton, Infants and Mothers, Difference in Development, Rev. New York, Delta Seymour Lawrence, 1983, p. 6i. 第148页侯尔特对不当刺激的警告 Emmett Holt, The Happy Baby, New York, Dodd Mead, 1984, p. 7. 第148页啼哭是宝宝的运动 Emmett Holt, The Care and Feeding of Children, A Catechism for the Use of Mothers and Children's Nurses, New York, Appleton, 1894, p. 53. 第149-153页参见 Stephen Levitt, Pools More Dangerous Than Guns, Chicago Sun-Times, July 28, 2001. 第154年对美国狂邮件风险的评论参见 Amanda Hesser, Squeaky Clean, Not Even Close, New York Times, January 28, 2004, and the Peter Sandman Risk Communication website at http://www.sandman.com/index.htm. 第153-156有多重要？参见 Judith Rich Harris, The Nurture Assumption, Why Children Turn Out the Way They Do, New York, Free Press, 1938. 哈瑞斯的介绍也可作为天生教养争论的几个参考。参见 Malcolm Gladwell, Do Parents Matter? The New Yorker, August 17, 1998, and Carol Tavris, Peer Pressure, New York Times Book Review, September 13, 1998. 第154页又来了的评论 New York Times. 第154页品克认为哈瑞斯的观点震撼人心 Steven Pinker, Sibling Rivalry, Why the Nature-Nurture Debate Won't Go Away, Boston Globe, October 13, 2002. Adapted from Steven Pinker, The Blank Slate, The Modern Denial of Human Nature, New York, Viking, 2002. 芝加哥的选校取材自 Julie Berry Cullen, Brian Jacob, and Stephen D. Levitt, The Impact of School Choice on Student Outcomes, an Analysis of the Chicago Public Schools, Journal of Public Economics, forthcoming, and Julie Berry Cullen, Brian Jacob, and Stephen D. Levitt, The Effect of School Choice on Student Outcomes, Evidence from Randomized Lotteries, National Bureau of Economic Research, Working Paper 2003. 第159页，进入高中的学生没办法应付高中的课业，参见 Tamar Lewin, More Students Passing Regents, but Achievement Gap Persists, New York Times, March 18, 2004. 第15916页，回溯8年级考试成绩差异来分析黑白的所得差距，参见 Derek Neal and William R. Johnson, The Role of Pre-Market Factors in Black-White Wage Differences, Journal of Political Economy 104, 1996, pp. 869-95, and June O'Neill, The Role of Human Capital in Earnings Differences Between Black and White Men, Journal of Economic Perspectives 4, No. 4, 1990, pp. 25-46. 第159页，减少黑白的考试成绩差距 Christopher Jenks and Meredith Phillips, America's Next Achievement Test, Closing the Black-White Test Score Gap, American Prospect 40, September-October 1998, pp. 44-53. 第159页，庄百人参 David Austin Smith and Roland G. Fryer, Jr., The Economics of Acting White, National Bureau of Economic Research Working Paper 2003. 第159页，Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Peter Knobler, Giant Steps, New York, Bantam, 1983, p. 16. 第160Cecil G. Tachu, Roland G. Fryer, Jr., and Stephen D. Levitt, Understanding the Black-White Test Score Gap in the First 2 Years of School, The Review of Economics and Statistics 86, No. 2, 2004, pp. 447-464. 虽然这篇论文对测验分数与一些家庭因素、看电视、父母的体罚等的相关未曾琢磨，但附录中包含这些资料的回归。有关 ECLS 研究本时，一项对这一研究的检讨张贴于 nces.e.gov/ecls。第170页，领养父母的智商高于生身母亲。参见 The Nature and Nurture of Economic Outcomes, National Bureau of Economic Research Working Paper 2000. 第171页，芬兰和 Lizette Alvarez, Educators Flocking to Finland, Land of Literate Children, New York Times, April 9, 2004. 第172页，松树美维尔参见 John Keelman, Governor Wants Books for Tots. Kids would get 60 by age 5 in effort to boost literacy. Chicago Tribune, January 12, 2004. 第174-175页，养父母的影响，参见 Sacerdote, The Nature and Nurture of Economic Outcomes. 6完美的父母，续篇换个名字会更好。第177-178页，失败的故事，取材自作者的访谈与 Sean Gardiner, Winner and Loser, Names Don't Decide Destiny, Newsday, July 24, 2002. 第178页，法官与叫魔女女孩，取材自作者的访谈。第180页，弗莱尔与黑人偏低成就的研究，摘自作者的访谈。第180页，黑白 Johnston, Patrick O'Malley, and John Schulenberg, Cigarette Brand Preferences Among Adolescents, Monitoring the Future Occasional Paper 45, Institute for Social Research, University of Michigan, 1999. 第187页，黑人名字与其他黑白文化差异，参见 Roland G. Fryer, Jr. and Stephen D. Levitt, The Causes and Consequences of Distinctively Black Names, Quarterly Journal of Economics 119, No. 3, August 2004, pp. 767-805. 第184页，白人履历表胜过黑履历表。最近一次的研究参见 Marianne Bertrand and Senthil Mullainathan. Are Emily and Greg more employable than Lakeisha and Jamal? A Field Experiment Evidence on High Labor Market Discrimination. National Bureau of Economic Research Working Paper, 2003. 第185页， Yerma Janko Conley, A Boy Named Yo, etc. Name changes, both practical and fanciful, are on the rise. New York Times, September 25, 2003. 第185页，Michael Goldberg, 印度出生的西教徒 Robert F. Worth. Livery driver is wounded in a shooting. New York Times, February 9, 2004. 第186页， William Morris, Niwai Zelman Moses, 取材自作者该机构前营运长 Alan Canoff 的访谈。第187页，以品牌命名摘自照出生证明资料 Naming the Baby, Parents Brand Their Tot with What's Hot, December 26, 2003。第188页，名叫笨蛋的女孩打电话到广播节目说，外甥女叫笨蛋的女子可能资讯有误，当然也可能纯粹是说谎。无论如何，她认为黑人取名字有时太过头，倒是和不少人的感受相同。2004年5月，在禁止学校黑白隔离法案施行50年的庆祝会上，黑人影星寇斯比发表演讲时，痛斥低所得黑人各种自我毁灭式的行为，包括取贫民窟的名字。他的说法立即遭到黑人与白人评论者的强烈指责。The New York Times, July 8, 2004, and Deborah Dickerson, America's Granddad Gets Ornery, Slate, July 13, 2004。不久之后，加州教育长里奥丹，洛杉矶前市长，有钱的白人，也因被认为有种族偏见而受到攻击。Turn by Gotcha News, Angeles, July 10, 2004。里奥丹拜访圣塔芭芭拉一所图书馆，倡导某项阅读方案时，遇到一个叫埃西斯的6岁女孩。他告诉里奥丹，她的名字是代表埃及公主。里奥丹却开玩笑地回答，那是指愚笨、肮脏的女孩。这句话引起公愤，黑人社运者还要求里奥丹引咎辞职。黑人议员戴马里声称埃西斯是非裔美国小女孩，如果换作一个白人女孩，她还会说同样的话吗？后来证实埃西斯其实是白人。虽然有些社运人士希望让反里奥丹的抗议持续下去，但埃西斯的母亲却劝大家放轻松。她说，她的女儿并没有把里奥丹的玩笑话当真，我觉得她认为这个人脑筋不太好。第194页，更详尽的名字资料。以下是我们所选出的一组名字，或有趣，或优美，或不寻常，或极为普通，或有些怪异，并附上他们代表的教育程度。每个州资料中至少出现10次。女孩名字括号中数字为母亲所受教育年数。Abigail 1472， Adelaide 15.33， Alessandra 15.19， Alexandra 14.67， Alice 1430， Allison 1482， Allison 1454， Amelia 1525， Amanda 1330， Amber 1264， Amy 1409， Annabelle 1468, Anastasia 13.98, Angelina 1274, Annabelle 15.40, Anne 1549, Anya 14.97, Ashley 12.89, Autumn 12.86, Ava 1497, Aziza 1152, Bailey 1383, Beatrice 14.74, Beatrice 1142, Belinda 12.79, Betty 11.50, Brianna 12.71, Britt 15.39, Brittany 12.87, Bronte 1442, Brooklyn 13.10, Caitlin 14.36, Caitlin 13.03, Cammie Campbell 15.69, Carly 14.05, Carmela 14.25, Cassandra 13.38, Cassidy 13.86, Kate 15.23, Kathleen 4.31, Cecilia 14.36, Chanel 13, Charisma 13.85, Charlotte 14.98, Chastity 6.6, Cherokee 11.86, Chloe 14.52, Christina 13.59, Sierra 13.4, Sierra 12.97, Cordelia 15.19, Courtney 13.55, Crimson 11.53, Cynthia 12.79, Dahlia 14.94, Danielle 13.69, Daphne 14.42, Darlene 12.22, Dawn 12.71, Deborah 13.7 December, Delilah 13 East 12.71, Deniz 15.27, Desiree 12.62, Destiny Diamond 11.70, Diana 13.54, Diane 14.10, Dora 14.31, Eden 14.41, Eileen 14.69, Ekaterina 15.09, Elizabeth 14.25, Elizabeth Ann 12.46, Ella 15.30, Ellen 15.17, Emerald 13.17, Emily 14.15.23, Faith 13.39, Florence 14.83, Francesca 14.80, Frankie 12.52, Franziska 15.18, Gabrielle 4.26, 6, Jennifer 5, Georgia 14.82, Geraldine 11.83, Ginger 13.54, Grace 15, Gracie 13.81, Gretchen, 14.94, Haley, 13.84, Hallie, 8.6, Hannah, 14.44, Hillary, 14.9, Hillary, 13.94, Ilana, 15.83, Eileen, 13.59, Indigo, 14.38, Isabel, 15.81, Isabel, 13, Ivy, 13.43, Jacqueline, 12.78, Jacqueline, 14.40, Jade, 13.04, Jamie, 13.52, Jane, 15.12, Janet, 12.94, Jeanette, 13.43, Jeanette, 13.86, Gemma, 15.04, Jennifer, 13.77, Johanna, 4.76, Jordan, 13.85, Juliet, 14.96, Kaylee, 13.76, Kara, 13.95, Carissa, 13.05, Kate, 15.23, Caitlin, 12.65, Catherine, 0.95, Kayla, 12.96, Kelsey, 14.17, Kendra, 13.63, Kennedy, 14.17, Kimia, 5.66, Kylie, 13.83, Lacey, 12.41, LaDonna, 11.60, Lauren, 14.58, Leah, 14.30, Lenora, Lexington, 13.44, Lexus, Liberty, 13.36, Liesel, 15.42, Lily, 14.84, Linda, 12.76, Lyndon, 15. Elizabeth, 13.42, Lisbeth, 9.66, Lucia, 13, Lucille, 14.76, Lucy, 15.40, Mackenzie, 14.44, Madeline, 15.12, Madison, 14.13, Mandy, 13, Mara, 15.33, Margaret, 15.14, Mariah, 13.20, 15.36, Maya, 15.26, Meadow, 12.65, Megan, 13.99, Melanie, Meredith, 15.57, Michaela, 14.13, Michaela, 12.95, Millicent, 4.61, Molly, 14.84, Montana, 13.70, Naomi, 14.05, Nassim, 15.23, Natalie, 14.58, Nevada, 14.661, Nicole, 13.77, Nora, 14.88, Olive, 15.64, Olivia, 4.79, Paige, 14.04, Paisley, 13.84, Paris, 13.71, Patience, 11.80, Pearl, 13.48, Penelope, 14.53, Phoebe, 15.18, Phoenix, 13.28, Phyllis, 11.93, Portia, 15.3, Precious, 11.30, Quinn, 15.20, Rachel, 14.51, Rachel, 11.76, Rebecca, 13.79, Rhiannon, 13.16, Ricky, 12.54, Ronnie, 12.72, Rosalind, 15.1426, Sabrina, 13.31, Sadie, 13.69, Samantha, 13.37, Sarah, 14.16, Sasha, 14.22, Saye, 15.25, Scarlett, 13.60, Selma, 12.78, September, 12, Shannon, 14.11, Shayla, 12.7, Shayna, Shelby, 13.42, 12.32, Shira, 15.60, Shirley, 12.49, Simone, 14.96, Siobhan, 14.88, Skylin, 12.61, Solveig, 14.36, Sophie, 15.45, Stacy, 13.08, Stephanie, 13.45, Stevie, 12.67, Storm, 12.31, Sunshine, 12.3, Susan, 13.73, Suzanne, Svetlana, 11.65, Tabitha, 12.49, Talia, 15.27, Tallulah, 14.88, Tatiana, 14.42, Tatum, 14.25, Taylor, 13.65, Tess, 14.83, Tia, 12.93, Tiffany, 12.49, Tracy, 13.50, Trinity, 12.60, Trudy, 14.88, Vanessa, 12.94, Venus, 12.7.83, Veronique, 15.80, Violet, 13.72, Whitney, Willow, 13.83, Yale, 15.55, Yasmin, 14.0, Yvonne, 13.02, and Zoe, 15.03. 男孩们抱着为母亲所受教育年数 Aaron, 1374, Abdelrahman, 1408, Ace, 12.39, Adam, 14.07, Aiden, 1535, Alexander, 1449, Alistair, 15.34, Andrew, 1419, Aristotle, 1420. Ashley, 1295, Atticus, 1497, Baylor, 1484, Bjorn, 1512, Blaine, 1355, Blue 85, Brian 13.2, Buck Bud 1221, Late Buddy 1195, Caleb 1391, Callum 15.20, Carter 14.98, Chame 1463, Christ 1150, Christian 1355, Clyde 1294, Cooper 1496, Dakota 1292, Daniel 14.01, Dashiel 1327, Deniz 15.65, Dylan 1358, Eamon 1539, Elton 1223, Emil 1405, Eric 1402, Finn 15.87, Forrest 1375, Franklin 1355, Gabriel 1439, Gary 1256, Giancarlo 15.05, 15.24, Graydon 1551, Gustavo 11.68, Hashem 12.76, Hugh 14, Hugo, Idean 1435, Indiana 13, Isaiah 13.12, Jackson 1522, Jacob 1376, Jagger 1327, Jamieson 15.13, Jedediah 1406, Jeffrey 13.88, Jeremy 1346, Jesus 8.71, Jihad, Johan 1511, John Paul 1422, Jonathan 13.86, Jordan 3, Jorge 1049, Joshua 1349, Josiah 1398, Jules 1548, Justice 1245, Kai 1485, Keanu 13.17, Keller 1507, Kevin 1403, Kieran 1400, Kobe 1312, Kramer 1480, Kurt 1433, Lachlan, Lars 15.9, Leo 14.76, Lev 1435, Lincoln 14.87, Lonnie 1193, Luca 1356, Malcolm 1480, Marvin 1186, Max 1493, Maximilian 15.17, Michael 13.66, Michelangelo 1558, Miro 15 Niolo, Muhammad 12:45, Moises 9.69, Moses 1311, Moshe 1441, Muhammad 1321, Mustafa 1385, Nathaniel 1413, Nicholas 1402, Noah 1445, Norman 12, Oliver 1514, Orlando 1272, Otto 1373, Parker 1469, Parsa 1522, Patrick 1425, Paul 1413, Peter 15, Philip 1482, Philippe 1561, Phoenix 1308, Presley 1268, Quentin.84, Ralph 1345, Raphael 1463, Reagan 1492, Rex 1377, Rexford 1489, Rocco 1368, Rocky 1147, Roland 1395, Romaine 1569, Royce 1373, Russell 13.68, Ryan 1404, Sage 1363, Sella 1015, Satchel 1552, Schuyler 1473, Sean 1412, Sequoia 13.15, Sergey 1428, Sergio 11.72, Shelby 12.88, Simon 1474, Slater 1462, Solomon 1420, Spencer 1453, Stephen 1401, Stetson 1290, Stephen 1330, Tanner 1382, Tariq 1316, Tennyson 1563, Terrence 1436, Terry 12.16, Thaddeus 14.56, Theodore 14.61, Thomas 14.08, Timothy 13.58, Toby 13.24, Trace 14.89, Tristan 13.95, Troy 13.52, Ulysses 14.25, Uriel 15, Valentino 12.25, Virgil 11.87, Vladimir 13.37, Walker 14.75, Whitney 15.58, Willem 14.8, William 14.18, Willie Will 12R, Winston 7, Xavier 13.7, Yasser 10.2, Zachary 14.2, Zachary 11.92, Zane 10.3, and Zebulun. 第197页，加州白人女孩1960年于2000年最普遍的名字。这项资料其实始自1961年，但1年的差异可以忽略不计。第199页，秀兰·邓波尔是症状而非病因。参见 Stanley Lieberson，《A Matter of Taste: How Names, Fashions, and Culture Change》，Yale University Press 2000。该书作者李伯森是哈佛社会学者，被公认是名字研究的权威。 书中详述自1960年起，率先让许多女孩名字流行起来 ：Amy、Danielle、Erifer、Jessica、Melissa、Rebecca、Sarah、Stacy、Stephanie、Tracy。从非犹太裔家庭开始流行的名字寥寥可数。Ashley。有关命名习惯的讨论也参见 Peggy Orenstein。Where have all the Lisas gone? New York Times Magazine, July 6, 2003。如果纯粹以娱乐观点，可参见 The Sweetest Sound 2001，这是 Alan Berliner 有关名字的纪录片。第199页，男孩名字转变为女孩情况却不曾发生。这项发现摘自贝勒维大学心理学者与专有名词学者伊凡斯的著作。伊凡斯的部分著作可 academic.bellevue.edu/cevans.html。以参见 Usual and Most Popular Baby Names Publications International Signet 1994 and Cleveland Kent Evans The Ultimate Baby Name Book Lincolnwood I Lelub Publications International Plume 1997。尾声到哈佛的两条路第204页，在芝加哥郊区长大的白人男孩。这一段文章提及这名男孩的文字，均摘自作者对卡辛斯基的专访，以及 Ted Kaczynski Truth vs. Lies Unpublished Manuscript 1998，以参见 Stephen J. Dubner I don't want to live long. I would rather get the death penalty than spend the rest of my life in prison. Time October 18th, 1999。第204页，来自佛罗里达的黑人男孩。本章及前章的相关叙述均取材自作对弗莱尔的访谈。由纯洁在此的表现来看，那个叫魔女的15岁女孩，如果叫纯洁，表现也不见得会好多少。